Welcome back, Halo followers. Today we're going to recap an interview on IGN's Unfiltered with Ryan McCaffrey and Bonnie Ross, the head of 343 Industries, about how Halo was almost abandoned by Microsoft and how Gearbox almost made Halo 4. Let's go ahead and get into it. This video is supported by Audible. Get a free Halo audiobook. All you gotta do is visit the link down in the description. Quick sign up. According to Bonnie Ross, when Bungie left Halo back in 2010, the future of Halo was, well, pretty uncertain. Bungie was going off to make Destiny, and Microsoft was left with Halo without a developer to keep making Halo games. So they kind of felt like they were screwed there. They weren't sure if Halo 3 would actually be the last mainline Halo game, that if Halo 4 and Halo 5 and Halo 6 and so on would ever be made. In fact, they purposely made it a cliffhanger to question, basically, for us fans, is Master Chief still alive? They wanted us to kind of be left there not knowing if he's alive or dead. Well, that's when Bungie would wrap up their agreement with Microsoft by making Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach. And if you haven't noticed by now, well, look at it. They didn't make Halo 4 for a reason. Apparently around this time, Bonnie Ross went to Microsoft and pitched the idea of 343 Industries to come together under Microsoft to the president of the Microsoft Game Studios, and obviously they accepted. So yes, it is true that they were thinking of making Halo 3 the last Halo game, and then of course the prequels, which, the prequels, Halo 3 ODST and Halo Reach being technically the last Halo games. But honestly, I don't really quite believe it, because, well, they also said that they were thinking about making Halo 4 and maybe 5, but also Halo was making billions of dollars by that time, so I really don't see them just killing the franchise. I think what they were trying to express here is that they were thinking of ending the Master Chief story, or the trilogy, if you will, right there and then, which in a way, an era did end there. But here's what's interesting. Gearbox was actually considered, supposed to potentially, at one point, make Halo 4 and maybe 5. Which, by the way, Gearbox was responsible for Combat Evolved ports on PC. Obviously, they didn't make Halo 1, but they did work on the port. So I guess that made sense to Microsoft at the time to get Gearbox to make Halo's new trilogy. If you don't know, Gearbox is known for making games like Borderlands franchise, Bulletstorm, and then of course the infamous Duke Nukem Forever, oh god, and Aliens Colonial Marines. Now, Borderlands and Bulletstorm actually scored pretty high with 9 out of 10s on Steam and IGN, but overall, I really don't think it would have been much better with Gearbox if there's anybody out there thinking that I wish Gearbox made Halo 4, because, well, any studio, I think, would have just kind of made Halo feel jarring, including 343. I mean, it was their first time making a Halo game. It would have been their first time making a Halo game, whatever studio came to make Halo 4 and 5. The problem was that Bungie was out of the picture, and they had to hire ex-Halo developers and basically fill in the blanks, and there was a lot of blanks. So a lot of people complain about Halo's changes in 2012 when 343 took over, but, well, for one, 343 had already came into the picture by Halo Reach's release, but we should have seen this years prior, all the way back to Halo 3 coming out. We should have known that Halo 4 was going to be a little bit shaky, and Halo 5 as well. Bungie wanted to leave by that time, and really, do you think Gearbox would have been a better choice? I mean, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. If you have anything to say about that, let me know down in the comments below. Bonnie Ross basically saved Halo though, because she brought Halo's 343 team together. Now I know 343 isn't perfect by any degree because, well, if you've been watching this channel, you know I'm a big critic of theirs and modern Halo, and I have been for years, but I bet another company would have absolutely ruined Halo forever. Now, some people might say that about 343, but I don't think that's the case. An outsourced company, something that does not apply to 343 here, is that an outsourced company like Gearbox or, I don't know, Bungie once again, would have eventually got tired of Halo and they would leave it, only for Halo to be fumbled again by a new developer 10 years later, which, by the way, would be happening by 2020. That means if we had Gearbox and they finally kind of figured out how to make Halo pretty decent, but they were on a 10-year contract and they wanted to just be done with Halo, that means the entire similar thing would happen again that happened with Halo 4. We would get Halo 7 and it would be completely fumbled again, right? And I'm not even saying Halo 4 was completely fumbled, but you get my point. Halo's implosion was sort of unavoidable, but now we have a long-term solution. I think 343 is here to stay, right? They're not going anywhere. They're part of Microsoft. They can't really make decisions of their own, I think, and at least they're learning, and they're learning a lot. And well, it's hard to say what Halo Infinite is going to be as far as, fans' views and perspectives and reviews, but I have a pretty good feeling about it. Bonnie Ross did say something pretty interesting during the interview that I want to mention. She said, "Why would anyone want Halo?" Referring to companies that would want to develop Halo. Because do you understand the tax it puts on you? Like, everyone wants a piece of Halo. The company wants a piece of Halo. They want to do things that maybe aren't right for the game. So, what I think Bonnie Ross was alluding to here, I think she was saying it was an uphill battle that Bungie had with Microsoft, who was constantly meddling in developer affairs, as producers tend to. Why would anyone want to develop Halo? Because Microsoft would have their hands deep inside their studio, constantly changing and tweaking things that would, well, more or less uninspire the team and leave people frustrated, trying to compensate for individuals in Microsoft that might not get the whole picture as far as the artist vision goes, which can kind of miss with the entire game in a negative way. I mean, to be fair, Microsoft does own the franchise, and they have for many, many years. They bought it with Bungie, but it's not crazy to say that producers like Microsoft here tend to ruin things, maybe like with the implementation of Rex and microtransactions. And that's sort of why Bungie ran away, I think. And they were just so tired of getting told what to do and arguing and fighting with Microsoft the whole way through that they just wanted to be free. And ironically, they signed up for Activision. But they're free now, so that's good for Bungie. But what's the conclusion here for Halo? So, what do you think Halo's conclusion is from this? Do you think that Halo's better off with 343 or another studio? How do you think 343 will care for Halo in the future, like with Halo Infinite? And how do you think Halo 4 and maybe even Halo 5 would have turned out differently if Gearbox took over Halo? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I do want to have a debate and talk about this a little bit more, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Ron here on HaloFollower. Drop this video a like, and hey, if you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be making lots more Halo videos this year. Stay tuned if you want to be caught up on everything Halo. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.